Okay, so we just received final, or what we hope to be final samples of all of the plush. These two Dougies, however, are samples that I've sent you in video previously. So the video that you're just looking at, I think probably today, that I had sent a little bit earlier, these are the same samples for the Dougies. So just real quickly, I'll talk through. I think everything looks really pretty wonderful. You can kind of see it in context with some of these other guys that I'll talk to individually. But essentially, we're looking at a brighter, more golden kind of a yellow for his shirt, a truer brown for his face. Remember, what we've done is we've followed the Style Guide PMS colors and then made adjustments along the way with your comments on certain different aspects. But broadly, they follow the PMS colors really well. You see his tie knot is there, it's stitched. It's now a single tie loop. We mentioned about the arms. They will not be able to be like a tight seam, like a single seam there. It'll still be rounded, but we'll reduce the diameter, or the radius rather, on his arms so he doesn't quite look so puffed out like a bodybuilder. But we do need that to be connected because that is where a wire will run from his hand. There's the button in there. He's just not turned on. Running from his hand into the battery box inside of him. The ears have been adjusted per the request. I think we are going to get an overlay from Sam, or I think we may even already have it, that's going to make some small adjustments to his eyes and face. But broadly, I think we're in great shape in terms of the fabrics. Again, we've upgraded the fabric. He was always going to be this, what's called soft boa, so it's this thick, soft texture. But then we've done the same fabric on the small plush, which is an upgrade that we just sort of decided to do to make as attractive and competitive a product as we possibly can. So this is the exact same material. You can see as I kind of brush it what the effect is. He's really soft and great. So these guys we've already gone through. So now these are my very newest samples of the squirrels. So you can see Nori here in comparison to Dougie. She's a lighter brown. The previous Nori was a little more reddish. I think she's a much prettier brown color. Here's her dress. She's pink all the way up. Here's the back. The nose color, I believe, is one of the colors that we've made an adjustment for. If I remember right, we've gone through so many versions that I don't trust my memory at this point, but there she is. So cute. Here's Happy. He's a richer green than what the Golden Bear samples were. They were a little bit pale, and he's a very attractive, kind of verdant, brighter than grass green. And his pants, belt, you can see all these, I think, are basically matching the PMS colors. Here's the construction of his glasses and his eyes. Adorable. Here's Betty. Betty is, we've had, I think, approval on the color of her fabric for a long time, so we should be in great shape with that. Again, that soft material. She's very round. Here are her legs. They are, kind of medium thick. I think they're definitely thicker than what the Golden Bear samples were. There's not a lot of stuffing, but it's just that big soft material there, so he's kind of puffed up just because of the nap on that material. Here's her headband. We sort of understand that we don't want her to look pinched. There is a little bit of pinching that can happen just because of the way the headband is applied. So we've instructed the manufacturer, the factory, to watch that in production so we don't ever get like a squeezed effect. We get that would be undesirable, that this headband is supposed to be on the outside of her. So I think this is probably a pretty good representation of what will end up being in production. So there are sort of limitations as to what they can control there. But again, that'll be sort of a last check in QC to make sure that this doesn't become something that gets more pinched and then we run with a production that doesn't quite look right. They'll check that as a specific quality assurance point in Betty's case. And then there's Rolly. Rolly looks, I think, quite beautiful. This color, I'm really kind of glad we've our original samples, he was darker. Now he's a very a soft gray with these bright orange pants. He's pretty simple. Here's kind of the diameter of him. So he's wide, not entirely circular. I think he looks great. I believe he looks just like he's about to go for a run. And then last, not least, is Tag. I think, although I'll double check that this represents some of the construction changes that we've done to Tag to make sure that his head and jaw shape are really right. And if it's not, we'll get comment back from you, and that is something that we can continue to tweak over the next week or two to make sure that we've got exactly the right shape for him. I do think we finally got a really great color for him. Again, it's based largely on the PMS. His horn is adjusted. The color of his horn has been adjusted since at least one of the rounds of comments. There's his belt and his feet, his ears. And that is it. So I'll just kind of stand up here so you can sort of see the collection together. If I can avoid putting my finger over the camera lens, that would be helpful. Kind of like harder to see his eyes because of the way he sits. So I'll just do him that way. Cut him here. Little Dougie. So this broadly is the collection. Like I said, they're super soft. The colors are really rich at this point. These eyes are all kind of constructed so that they're sewn in with overlay fabric, so they're not like a print. They're really quite beautiful. And hopefully this is going to put us in good shape to approve the fabric hopefully today, so we can get ordered and get these shipped out to Walmart and really just about everybody else shortly thereafter, because this range, as I may have mentioned, has been picked up by just about everybody we talk to. Everybody's pretty excited about it, and I am too. So thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.